now with Mehmet Celik. He's the editorial coordinator at Daily Sabah, and he joins us live from Istanbul as well now. Thank you for being with us on the program. First off, let me get your thoughts on this emergency security meeting. Can we expect them to re-strategize their operations along the border? And could we possibly see another counterterrorism operation launched in the near future in light of these attacks?
Well, indeed, this meeting is as Melinda and you said it was an emergency meeting in light of following these attacks in northern Iraq. Whether there will be a re-strategizing or not, I think we will see that when a statement was released. But indeed, these were discussed. The current situation, the next steps to take as these attacks have intensified against Turkish forces in northern Syria. I think whether we will be seeing a new operation, these will all be very clear once a statement is released. But if in case, if there is, in the calculations, if there is that chance of a cross-border operation, I think Syria part should not be out of the equation, and we should also think about that as well as we are analyzing and discussing these events that took place from northern Iraq, because there's a huge organization and structure and establishment that belongs to PKK terrorist organization in northern Syria. And we know that, through at least following the last attack where Turkey lost 12 soldiers, there was intelligence that some of these infiltrators were actually, they moved from northern Syria to northern Iraq. So in case there will be that operation, I think Syria, a new cross-border operation into Syria is also should be part of the equation, because we know that the U.S. heavily have been supporting the YPG in northern Syria, which is no different than the PKK, militarily, tactically, and in terms of the political, even the political and economic support that it puts behind them. So they are they are a stronghold in northern Syria, which then it enables them to actually feed into northern Iraq and support them from northern Syria. So particularly, many have talked about the harsh winter conditions in northern Iraq. So a ground operation may not be in the calculations into northern Iraq. But I think northern Syria, there is a bigger chance of launching a ground operation, if there will be one, northern Syria.
Let's talk a bit about the diplomatics of all this, because we do know that Turkey has been working closely with Iraq in ensuring that its border is secure.
Well, I mean, legally, based on international law, Turkey has the right to launch these cross-border operations, both for UN articles, and also even in the Iraqi constitution, there is this relevant articles that they have to eliminate the PKK or terror activities within their borders. But Turkey and Iraq, and Turkey and even the KRG in northern Iraq, they have in the very recent days and very recent, let's say in the past year or so, they have had very strong communications to tackle the PKK in northern Iraq. We know that the KRG region, led by Barzani's, let's say, they're more in line with Turkey's position. But when it comes to Talabani's based on Süleymaniye, that there is more of a challenge for Turkey there, as they are not on the same page as Turkey when it comes to fight against the PKK. But when it comes to Ankara and Baghdad relationship, that fight, that determinism, I think there is that being on the same page when it comes to PKK. But how effective this fight is when it comes to from Baghdad against PKK, that is of course a question mark for Turkey, and that the efforts should be carried out simultaneously, and even at the diplomatic level, they should be more on the same page to ensure that there is that effectiveness when it comes to actual hard power on the ground. So far, I'm not sure if we can say that Baghdad and Ankara are on the same page when it comes to effectiveness in the fight against the PKK.
All right, Mehmet Celik, thank you so much for that analysis. I appreciate it.